I've got a list of questions that I want you guys to tackle. Do you have a preference for a male or female boss? Why or why not?
You ready, Sherry?
So you prefer a female boss?
Yes.
Why?
Well, ladies first, Sherry.
Okay, Sherry.
Hit the lady poster. Oh, well,
Right.
okay, I'll go first.
These graphics are a little high-tech, too, I have to say. But they're good, aren't they, at home?
That's right.
Yeah.
Zoom.
Okay, so you have a preference for working for a man?
I actually do
How
have a
come?
preference in working for men. I appreciate the strategic thinking. I appreciate their ability to analyze and kind of boil things down into simple and more direct ways. And the thing that I appreciate most, though, Mark, is out of Fortune 500 companies, 494 of them are occupied by these guys.
Wow. Okay, I have to call you on something, though. There are a lot of probably female executives out there that say, I'm decisive and I can analyze thought, too.
Certainly. Certainly.
Well, let me
Not
argue.
often displayed, but it certainly is true. There are women who do have that skill set.
Okay.
Let me argue the other side, which is I've worked for the tin men before, you know, guys with no hearts. I like the heart. I like the relationship focus. Now, again, Mark, we're dealing in the land of stereotypes.
Right.
But the problem is that stereotypes exist because a lot of them apply. But I would much rather work for a woman than a man because I think that there's a more holistic approach to the workplace.
And I think exactly what you were saying. You might be surprised. Some of these guys have that sensitivity and that networking skill that we anticipate out of women, but we don't anticipate out of men.
Okay,
so you're
we
absolutely
kind of
right.
covered the next one already in terms of who is more popular. And you say, what is the statistic again for the Fortune 500?
Fortune 500,
Yeah.
more men occupy those places. 37% of the population would rather work for a man.
Oh, really?
19% for a woman. So women are clearly behind in terms of this relationship.
Popularity.
But the problem is more and more women are going into management positions. So I think we've got to deal with the fact that women managers are here to stay, and we've got to learn how to work with them.
So why do you think that bias still exists? I mean, obviously, societally, it's part of the larger issue. I mean, look at the U.S. Senate and how few women actually are in the U.S. Senate.
Sure.
Is that what it stems from?
Well, that's a portion of it. But the beautiful thing is younger people now are developing a different attitude. And I think we'll see that more and more. And I think that even now in higher levels, we're seeing that at some level. But there are still some stereotypings, and there are still some strategies as far as dealing with male-female relationships at work.
Sherry came across a great study, though, that identified 52 leadership skills, and women were ahead in 42 of the 52.
Excellent.
So women are uniquely positioned to be successful leaders today.
So do men have a preference and do women have a preference out there? Is that the statistic you just threw out, or is that a different one?
That was kind of across the board, but the interesting thing that I found in that same study is that female managers will tend to hire men as opposed to hiring women for management positions under them, which I found very interesting, and I was amazed. We anticipate that women would want to help other women, step into management roles, but that really wasn't what we found in the study.
So why do you think that's
interesting
happening?
things.
Well, I think that it's a patriarchy, and for you to be a woman and get to the top of an organization, chances are you're going to realize that a lot of the stuff that works is traditional male behavior. Again, I think as more and more women get in, the glass ceiling begins to shatter. We'll see more female characteristics. Based on that study, we need to see more female characteristics right away because they're better leaders in a lot of ways than men are.
Okay.